Hey guys, so we got back a couple days ago from our trip down to Georgia, but this episode things are going to go back to normal. We have a car again that we're going to do some dyno stuff with, and I'm stuck in traffic right now. It's a stupid train. Anyways, let's go to work. Okay, so let's go look at what we're going to work on. Wait a second though, I got to show you this Jeep here, show you how this thing's coming along. This is that turbo Jeep that I kind of showed you or told you about in the first one. Pretty cool. Anyways, we're going to work on, now last week or a couple weeks ago, we worked on a brand new Mustang. This one is literally a brand new Camaro. Dealer tags, plates, whatever. It's a SS Camaro, automatic, direct injected V8. It's got like 110 miles on it. So let's get it up on the dyno and see what it's putting out at the wheels first. Alright, so we should probably take a look at the numbers this Camaro put down. No camera trickery here or anything. The car behind me, obviously not the Camaro, obviously not silver or a convertible, etc. Anyways, I didn't have time to film the Camaro dyno stuff right away. So let's take a look at the results. This thing put down 371 horsepower and 391 foot-pounds of torque. This is the 8-speed automatic trans car with the 6.2 liter LT1 direct injected motor. Bone stock. It's got the variable valve exhaust stuff on it, so if it seemed a little loud, that's just factory stuff too. I think flywheel numbers, these are rated right around 455 horse, 455 foot-pounds of torque, I think. So let's get to tearing this thing apart and make some more power. guys, now that we got this thing pretty much all the way apart and a little bit put back together, let's talk about what we're doing to it. So, we are putting in camshaft, Brian Tooley camshaft. We're also going to throw in a set of Tooley valve springs, Tooley lifters, push rods, sorry. None of this is sponsored or paid for by them, just so happens to be the product we're putting on. Also, set of Cook's headers. Not biased towards them, just what the customer wanted to put on and what's kind of available for these. Because like I said before, this is a 2017 Camaro. The market isn't quite saturated with different brand parts, so to say. These motors are a little bit unique, being the new LT, the new generation V8 that they're putting in these GMs. So a couple things I'll show you about them here in just a sec. They are direct injected motors, so the fuel pump is driven off the cam lobe. So when you do a cam, you generally, they overdrive the pump a little bit. It gives you a little bit more room to expand fuel system wise to make more power, etc. But I'll just show you a couple things here. All right, so as you can see, this is the LT V8 in this Camaro. Everything's pretty clean since this car has, I think, a whopping 110 miles on it. So one thing that's pretty unique, you can check out this piston design here. Kind of similar to a diesel, being that it is direct injection. They kind of do it for fuel burn, I suppose, and emissions. Another thing, here's the variable cam gear stuff. They've done that in the LS motors in the past, so that's nothing really new. If you look right there, that's the direct injection pump piece here. It runs off the camshaft, which you can still see in here, since this is still a push rod motor, not an overhead cam. But just some little basics. I suppose we'll get back to throwing this thing the rest of the way back together, and we get it back up on the dyno. And by the way, there was nothing in those boxes. All the parts, well, the cam obviously is in there, you saw that. The other stuff is out of the box already. Anyways, we'll see you in a bit. Well, I suppose it's fired up. Okay, so this one has dual mode exhaust. You can't bypass it with the tracker sport mode, but if you pull a fuse, you can make it open all the exhaust valves at once here. So this is stock. That's what the exhaust valve opens. So earlier I was talking about we were changing the exhaust note by pulling a fuse, which was actually changing a valve that's in these factory mufflers. Now they've done it in some of the Vets and the Camaros in previous generations also, but I'll see if I can show you kind of what we're talking about here. If you look inside there, there's a valve that's controlled by a solenoid on the side here. Essentially, when you drive down the street normally, that valve would be closed and the air would actually be going through this muffler here. And then at a certain RPM, or depending on what mode you have the vehicle in, it opens up that flapper, which essentially makes it like a big open straight pipe. So that's why when we're doing dyno pulls, the tone changes, etc. But anyways, we're done with those dyno pulls, so let's take a look at the numbers. I just hit my knee. We are making 400 and more or less 444 wheel horsepower and 422 foot-pounds of torque. You can see our previous numbers there also for a comparison. That's pretty much a gain of, well, a little over 70 wheel horsepower and a little over 30 foot-pounds of torque peak. As you can see, there's some sections in the middle there where we're probably picking up but a solid 50 foot-pounds of torque, 50 wheel horsepower right there at the crossover there. And, you know, pretty good results for being a pretty much a naturally aspirated car that we just did headers, cam, intake, and tune. I'd say the owner of this car will be pretty happy with those results. Thanks again to the guys at Excessive Autosports, put this whole package together. Also let us use the dyno and all their equipment. So until next time, see you later.